Very good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all on the DATV Worldwide Net today. We wish to welcome everyone on frequency. Hello to Paul, Ocean Echo 8 Papa Charlie Kilo in Hungary. He says he'll see us next Sunday, and we have quite a lineup today, which I'll call in due course. I just want to wish everyone a very happy day. It was a lovely BATC net yesterday. Presentations were excellent, so that was great. As usual, we want to thank the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to be on their satellite. We also wish to thank the BATC. We also wish to thank AMSAT DL and, of course, AMSAT UK. Without their help, this would never have been made possible. Let's just have a look to see who we have on the net today. Let me just go over to the link there and then we can call them up. Right, today we have Martin in the UK, G8KOE. Says he's having PC problems. I hope you can come up, Martin. It's not good to hear that. Hello to Peter in Wales, Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee. And I see you've highlighted that. All right, but we'll still try and call you in. Perhaps we're lucky there, Martin. And then Saro in India, VU2OBR. Nice to see you on, Saro. We've been missing you guys. And I was wondering if changing the time did help at all. Hello to you, Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray in the Netherlands. Nice to see you on. I saw your transmission a bit earlier. Looked very good. Hello to Frank, G8PQH, also in the UK. Frank, saw your video transmission earlier. Looked very good. And then hello, Phil. Also saw you testing Mike 0 Papa India Tango. Yeah, I was telling my daughter about, my daughter and I went to Bletchley Park, and I was telling her about you, actually. So there we go. Anyway, yeah, it's been quite a strange weekend, this, I must say. There were guys, I think 4 people drowned virtually outside my QTH in the river. They overloaded a boat. That was yesterday. We heard nothing until late. About 7:30, 8 o'clock last night. Police guy came to the gate and rang the bell and said he just wants to come and inquire about the drownings. I knew nothing about it, but got onto local media centre and found out that there was this tragedy. Overloaded the boat, typical, eh? And then my mother-in-law was just diagnosed with COVID about an hour ago. So, yeah, not good. Okay, right, Martin, I hope you can come up. If not, Peter will take it. So let me just get the microphone back to where it should be. Yeah, I hope you can make it indeed there, Martin. So, Martin, if you can, failing which, Peter, from ZA6 Yankee India. All right, the next in line then, Peter, Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee. Would you like to take it, please, from ZA6YI?
that gets a really short net will that be today. Hi guys, just playing around a little bit with an avatar, and I see maybe after my net that he can they can message on the chat if they want to have a slot, and otherwise we keep the net as it is on paper. Okay, let's put a little bit normal face to it. Hi guys. Yeah, strange things happening over you at your side, I understand, Gary. I think those things happen, but I can imagine your weekend is not how you would imagine that during the week. Well, my weekend is also a little bit also a little bit different than I expected. This weekend it's Jamboree on the air, and I was, like last year, I was invited, and I should have installed my rig at my setup at the camps at the Jamboree station here locally. Would be active this weekend under with a call sign PA3 AKK stroke Jamboree. But unfortunately it was very, very, very wet on Friday. They had kind of an issue at the site for me to set up my equipment on a dry place, and they couldn't well, they couldn't get a real dry place for me, so thinking about all the electronics I would bring with me, computers and all, and cameras and microphones, I've said what is wise, and we decided not to do it. And on Saturday it was blue sky all over the place. There was some shower occasionally, but it was a very nice day. So if I would have known, I still would have done it, but I decided to keep all my stuff at home. And I did all kind of other things yesterday which were very good, but has nothing to do with ham radio. Well, next week, this week, by the way, I had a good week, very good week, because I had Monday, I had the local hand group had their gathering, and I had a nice presentation about the I can say it in Dutch, but the frequency management, the WRC, is coming on in December, and he will go there defending our frequencies. And we had a nice presentation what it's doing all over there, and we had a very short talk about the upcoming changes, which he doesn't think it will be active this WRC, but maybe in 4 years. And that means yeah, Hans was there, Hans Blondeel, and I think we have another 4 years, the whole 23 centimeter band, but after that it's most likely gone for at least 99%. Some slots for small narrowband stuff, still a possibility, but even the local repeaters here using 28 megahertz shift won't work on that time. Well, that was nice. On Tuesday I had a nice gathering with a local group, trying to build also the same rig as I'm doing here, we had to do some fault finding, and on Wednesday we had a nice talk about the local repeaters with the local repeater group. So I had every evening I had something to do, and I didn't have to be online or any transmitter on. But well, having said that, next week we have another exciting weekend. On Saturday we have the Dutch gathering here in Zwolle, which is the Dag van de Radio-amateur, Day of the Ham Radio, which is also one of the guests is the BATC, and I will help them a little bit out here as a local member, and play with Dave and Gareth, I believe, and see what's going on there. Okay, well, that's basically what I'm doing at the moment, besides of playing with all kind of stuff, like a new fox hunting receiver for 2 meters. This is a building kit, and I just finished up. I glued something, and that's why the battery is up, using as a latch to glue in the display. And it's basically a fox hunting equipment you can buy as a kit in Germany. And I needed to make a new one, because I really drowned my previous one in July 1st, somewhere here locally during a nice journey on a small boat. Okay, well, that's all for now. Passing it on to oh, I see I'm in front of it. Saro, I think you were on, and passing it on after me to Frank Saro. VU2 OBR, very nice signal, and looking forward in seeing you again. From Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, loading up a test card and passing it on to you, Saro.
Yeah, Bino, good evening from India. Thank you, Bino, no problem. Just there is the 2 members before us, so no issues. Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, Gary, and good afternoon, all my friends, and good morning, good evening also. Yeah, Gary, I am trying to get all our members one by one. Just they're changed the settings, and have to go there and help them to come on here in upcoming weeks. One by one will join, Gary. Me too, I am today little hurry. Just we are going there to the repeater club maintenance. The repeaters was there in the nearby hills, so we are planning to go there for maintenance work. So I'm making, this is my final now. Second, I'm unable to join. So thank you very much, guys, for running the net, and thanks for joining. Me too, trying to join regularly, and next week I'll try to get some new things here, and also try to get our other members too from India. So thank you very much, 73s, all of you. See you on the next net. I'll make my final 73s, all of you. And the turn goes to Golf 8, Papa Quebec Hotel. Frank, please go ahead and continue with rest. VU2OBR signing 73s. Bye bye.
Hi, just check I've got some audio. Hi, just check I've got some. I have. Excellent. Well, thank you, Sarah. It's good to see you on. Mind you, I haven't been on for the last couple of weeks. I've been away. As yes, it's a bit disturbing news from Gary there. Wow. Yeah, so COVID might well be coming back a bit this this winter, I suppose. I've got to go for a vaccination, another one on tomorrow evening. They tell me I get these texts from the health service. Hey, yep, you got to go there. I'm interested in the fox hunting thing that Benno mentioned. I haven't been doing a lot in the shack. I've been fixing many of the sort of half-done things that I've been working on before. I've actually got around to boxing up the power supply for the 32 volts to my remote PA. So I hadn't put a lot of thought into it before, and it's one of these ones that doesn't have a fan, so it's like a surplus telecoms power supply. But it's quiet, you know, so I thought, well, I'll box it up and have it in the shack and feed 32 volts out to the it's probably only about 10 meters or so, 10-12 meters to where the dish is. And having put it in a box, I've realized it's actually got I2C I2C interface, so it could be controlled by a microcontroller to monitor the power and the voltage and to turn it on and off and things remotely. So, you know, I've got various bits for monitoring the remote PA. Well, I could have mounted the power supply in the box as well, couldn't I? And then fed mains to it, I suppose. That hadn't really occurred to me at the time. But maybe that's why so many projects, when you finish the project, you get to dismantle it again, because you think of all the things you didn't think of when you started. But other than that, just want to say hi to everyone. It's nice to see you, Benno, and Gary, and Sarah, of course. I will quickly pass it on then and see what anyone else has got to say. Let's have a look. It's Phil, Mike 0 Papa India Tango, I think, is next. So I will drop the carrier and pass it on to you, Phil. This is G8PQH in Celsi Bill with ZS6Y in the worldwide.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, I think I've got audio. Oh, better turn it down here. Yeah, what have I been up to? What can I report to you? Not a lot, really. It's been one of those weeks where I haven't really done a lot of electronic RF type things. Well, today I decided that I should get a kit together. Actually, I'm going to do a demonstration of digital TV at the local radio club. So I thought to myself, if I'm going to have to take my ports down up there, I won't be transmitting up to QO-100. I'll probably be transmitting at very, very low powers, 23 SEMS. So I thought to myself, well, that means changing all the settings on my ports down. And when I put it all back, I may have some problems because I've forgotten all the settings. So I better write them down. So basically I took down all the settings and I just did some testing at 23 SEMS. And I thought, what I should really do is to take some measurements, RF measurements, of the level coming out of the ports down when I hit QO-100, just out of curiosity. So I stuck the analyzer on it and had a look, and out of they've got a ports down and then there's a bandpass filter. Out of that bandpass filter, it's going out at about -4 dBm. And then it goes over about 25 meters of NMR 400 into the driver stage. And I was quite surprised that it was actually as low as it was. But yeah, so I'm actually squirting out down the coax from here at about -4 dBm. So I thought, oh, that can't be too bad. But anyhow, so that's what I've done today. And as I say, next week I should just do a little demonstration up at the Radio Club, because they've got no idea at all about digital TV. So I think that would be quite interesting for them. What else have I been up to? I've been talking to Martin, and Martin's had lots of problems with his PC. I think the last time I spoke to Martin during the week, I think the engineer had changed. I think it was virtually everything. They did change his onboard disk drive, a little miniature disk drive. I changed the motherboard. Not sure if they changed the RAM. I think they changed the video card as well. And when I spoke to Martin, it was running okay, but that was, I think, the day after. But obviously, Martin has still got some problems, which is a bit of a shame. When you have problems like that, it can be very difficult. I suppose I'm in quite a lucky position, is that I've got access to quite a few old PCs, and so they're not full spec ones, but they're quite old ones. So if I have a problem like that, I'll just basically grab another one, put the operating system on. But touch wood, I don't have too many of those problems. Primarily because I probably run Linux, but I shouldn't say that because I know it winds everybody up. But no. Frank mentioned COVID, and Gary, of course, wish his mother-in-law well. I'm on a COVID vaccine trial, and I had a trial vaccine. It's a live trial, meaning that you either get the trial vaccine or you get a current vaccine. You don't know until the end of the trial which one you had. But I had that vaccine about, well, I know that it was near enough 100 days ago, because I just had a medical associated with it. So that was 100 days ago. But last week, I also had another COVID jab that was done by the Health Authority in the UK. So I actually had that. So fingers crossed. I've had 2 lots of vaccines, hoping that, touch wood again, that I won't catch the dreaded. But from what I can understand over here, it's not as bad in terms of the effects of COVID as some of the earlier variants. So fingers crossed that people are all going to be okay. So really, I don't really have a lot. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come back for a second, and I'll get a couple of things that I'll show you. Nothing exciting, but you might be interested if I show them to you. Anyhow, I think I'm going to hand it back. Goes back to Gary as far as I know. Yeah, I'll hand it back to Gary, and if then Gary can decide where he passes it on to. So this is M0PIT, putting up a little test card, which is that one. Yeah, that's my test card. So I'm going to drop carrier.
Okay, Phil, great. Let me just get this locked. All good. Nice signal. Thanks very much. And yeah, as after me, and then Saro said he's gone. He's got to go and repair a repeater, and then it'll be back to Benno. Benno would be interested to know more about the DF transmitter. You know, some years back we hid a little fox in a plastic bottle, sealed it properly, went across the river and put it in the river, and then took a reed, a dry reed, and slipped it over the antenna, so you couldn't even see an antenna. And you won't believe this, within minutes, maybe 5 minutes, they'd actually found that fox, hidden so well in the river, with the reed sticking out. You wouldn't have known. But they found it, so they were very good, I must say. It was, and then we had a very big, what we call braai, you might call it a barbecue after that, but it was great fun. But it seemed to have tapered down a bit. It would be nice to get that going in our area again. I just want to say hi to Nigel, and also, of course, to Peter in Germany, DK3 Zulu Foxtrot, as well as to Paul OE8 PCK, and to Tobias. All good to see you guys on the YouTube channel. Okay, I know Martin's having an issue, so I won't call you in, Martin. So we'll try Peter again. I hope he's copying Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee to pass it over to Benno from Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India.
Peter's not there, but I'm here.
Oh, that's great news. I was getting very concerned. Would you mind taking it there and passing it to Benno when you're done? Leon, welcome aboard.
Okay, thanks, Gary. ZS6YI and the whole group. ZS1 Mike saying hi to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Especially to Saro, who's back with us in a totally different time zone. So we have to say good evening to him. Yeah, I think so, eh? No, we have no, well, I have no WhatsApp. So I didn't get the roster, I didn't get anything. And this morning I sent a message to Frank, ZS6, the one with the trains, Gary. He's there not too far from you. He asked me a question, and I wanted to answer him, but the message is not going out. And the whole day so far I've not received any WhatsApp messages, so there's definitely something wrong somewhere. So don't know what it is. Anyway, okay, so Martin's not there, Peter's not there. Saru, yeah, nice seeing you, but I think you said you also want to run. Yeah, that's right. Repeater work. Benno, yeah, just a short glimpse, because at that stage I was battling with the phone to try and find out why I'm not getting any communication. Frank, was a nice copy. And Phil, whatever you're doing, you have a very nice picture, I must say. Very, very sharp today. Okay, so Benno, you take it. PR3 FBX from ZS1 Mike.
Just quickly opening something. Let's see if I have audio. I have. Quickly opening, and then some camera maybe, which is better for showing things. Quickly, like I said, trying to open the box again, because we don't like, we hams don't like closed box. It's not that we just remember to check and we need to change something, but I wanted to show you. This is the fox hunting device designed by a German guy. If anyone wants the details, it's still available as a kit. You get a PCB with some soldered chips on it, and then you buy a bunch of parts, solder those yourself on, and then 99% works out of the box, and the 1% you need to repair yourself, but that's not a big issue. It's 2 meters, this is, but they also have an 80 meters version, if you like that better. And it's all SMD, as you see, with some normal components, double-sided, doing from 144 to 1848 if you want. Presettable English and German on the LED, on the display, and it shows you all the details, but has also some handy tools which you need, like timers and things like those during your, and obviously you're missing something. This comes on top here, and then you're still missing something. These, which are tape measures, which are nice and flexible to go through the forest, and they screw up like this for a decent antenna. 3 elements, so the reflector, the straler, and the director. So these are the 3 elements, and obviously you have it on both sides, and then you can walk, and then you look at the display and turn the frequency and go to the memory channels, and then turn the sound audio to whatever level you need. And that's basically it. If you run through the forest, it will bend away. So this is basically a fox hunting part. And yeah, what is special about it, Mike? You decide. For me, I have, this is about the 6th or the 7th one I built, and they already 4, 5, 6 years in the Netherlands available. So it's not real special, but hey, most of you know all about DATV and only a little bit about fox hunting nowadays, since we don't walk around with tube receivers. I actually had a fox hunt on 80 meters where one of the contestants still walked with a tube receiver for 80 meters, and he even found several foxes. But hey, all depending on what you want. Yeah, I can show you the data somewhere along the line, Mike. I don't have everything in my head, but I can tell you that you can walk up to a transmitter transmitting 1 or 2 watts on 2 meters and 1 meter apart from the antenna, and still if you turn away the antenna you will lose the complete signal up to the noise level, and then if you turn the antenna towards you'll have a decent signal. Even in 1 or 2 meters you can turn down the signal, and it's really tight, and it turns really yeah, it has a high dynamic level if you want, but it's very good for me to walk around with. It works very nice. It's not my design again, it's a German design, and if one wanted I can post some website which is in German, I believe, but still available, as this kit has given to me somewhere in this summer. Okay, well, that's all for now, I believe. Passing it on. Well, I don't see Martin coming on with his PC problems, and I believe no working, and lost the network to the garage. And I think Peter's still struggling with his H.265 encoder. So anyway, yeah, normal handheld is all plastic. I mean, something like this doesn't work on that. No, this is PCB cabinet, so it's really boxed in. It's really tight, and really there's sufficient turn down. I think 100 dB you can turn it down, the signals, so, and it will also convert something to a range. So if you know how far the first one is, you know also how far the second one is. It tells you on the display it's 1 kilometer or it's 5 kilometers, depending on the signal strength and the expected value of the power, which sometimes is told at the start. Okay, well, it's still good for your health, Mike. Microphone on too. Well, Sarah's not there. Frank, G8PQH from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, saying greetings, and hope to meet you again maybe next week on this net from Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, off and clear. Bye.
It looked like that Frank wasn't going to come in, So I thought, well, I'll just jump in. Yeah, Benno, yeah. I've never done any fox hunting. But I understand, not that I know a lot about it, but direction finding antennas. From what I understand is that a professional direction finding antenna has two massive side lobes like that. And what you do is that you point the antenna for a null, for the smallest signal, not the largest signal, because the largest signal will be in the two lobes, but you tune it, or you rotate it, so that you get the lowest signal, and that gives you apparently a more accurate direction than trying to look for the strongest signal. Never done it, I don't know much about it, but that was what I was informed by an antenna chap. Anyhow, I said I was going to show you something. Talking about bottles and tubes. This one doesn't work. As you can see, I've tried to eradicate the gases inside it. That's what that is there. It is a 4212E, and I understand that it will give you about a kilowatt at HF frequencies. And I understand, I know there's a bit floating about in it, I understand that this came out of Rolls-Royce Aerospace, and I should imagine that it was used for welding, ultrasonic welding. That's my belief. But anyhow, so it's a nice little thing that I have on display. When people ask me, what on earth is that? I just turn round and I just say to them, it's a condom tester. But there you go. So that's that. And then in here, pretty heavy, I have this, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Here she goes. That is, if you haven't seen them before, it is a variable capacitor. And I think it's about, it's vacuum sealed. I think it is, where is it? It's written on it somewhere. I think it's about, oh there it is there. It is, according to that, it says that it is 750, from 10 to 750 puffs. Doesn't give a voltage. What it does give is an amperage, and it says 40 amps. It's a transmission capacitor, tuning capacitor. It's absolutely lovely. And this one came out of a big transmission site at Rugby that's now been decommissioned. And when all the kit had gone, etc., the owner of the company who owned the land, etc., and the buildings, they had to get rid of all the rubbish. And that was a bit of rubbish that was left behind. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, they go for a bit of money on eBay. I'm not going to sell it. I've often thought that perhaps I should build a magnetic loop and put that capacitor in it for tuning. but a bit over the top, but probably the weight of it, I don't think it'd be supported. It'd probably hit the deck and smash. But anyhow, that's another one of my little acquisitions. That's really about it. I think I shall hand it back to Gary. Yeah, I'd hand it back to Gary because I don't really have much more to say. So, nice net, guys, as always. All being well, I'll see you next week. But I shall stay on until the end. But I shall put up test guard. There's a test guard.
Okay, Phil, great. I like your tester. Yes, we do use big vacuum tubes like that and much stronger, up to 15 kilowatts for some of in our carpet factory where we use a lot of HF welding. We use big, and it runs about 27 megahertz too. It's crazy frequency. But it works. It's very, very raw, no beautiful filters, nothing. The industrial design, and so when they operate that, half the CB stations in the area go dead. But anyway, it's not my problem. We'll face the consequences if there ever are any. Nice to see you on frequency, Mike. See you listening. Yeah, Mike, I also found it strange that Paul OE8BCK is not in Austria, but he says he's in Hungary. He says best wishes from Hungary, so I presume he's on holiday or visiting or whatever. But anyway, I see you had a comment there. I wonder if you'd like to come in. It might be short notice. And I hope this timing hasn't messed you guys around too much. And I'm particularly worried is when your clocks go back. It's even going to be earlier. So I don't know. It's a very difficult thing to keep everyone happy. Anyway, we might just go back to the old time again. I don't like messing around with the time slots, but we try to keep everyone satisfied and make it possible for other stations to come in as well. But it hasn't really worked that much, I must be quite frank. All right, and Adam, hello Adam. Always nice to see you, SP9ACQ. And where are you, Adam? You said greetings from where? I didn't quite get that, but anyway. Maybe Adam's not at home either. But anyway, let's just see if I can see where Adam's from. Greetings from SP. Oh, okay. Yeah. Normal call sign. Very nice to see you, Adam. You must come and visit us on this net again. It's always nice to see you. Yeah, nothing else really to comment on this side. I'll pass it back to Leon, and then I'll make this the final as well and just run through the net. Frank missed an over. I don't know if Frank said he's going, but yeah, on the also noted on the COVID stuff. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, if it may be called that, about the vaccines and that they don't work and they cause more damage. I lost a very good friend. He was the head of Toyota South Africa, but he was also the only European on the Toyota board of directors in Japan, and he took the what do you call the thing, the vaccine, and promptly died. He developed blood clots, and Dr. Van Zyl, a very, very nice chap and dynamic fellow, really. And he passed away as a result of that. So, you know, you can give some people water and they'll there's a reaction to it. So there's nothing that's totally safe, I suppose. Anyway, I will pass it to you, Leon, and I hope you get your WhatsApp going. Perhaps you should do an update. Maybe you haven't done one in a long time. ZS1 Mike, if you will pass it to Benno's gone, I think he said. And thanks, Benno, on that, by the way. Very interesting. I see it's got a lot of attenuation. That's good. And, oh, yeah, Phil, about the antennas. Yes, sometimes we make a receiver. We use a little inverter and we put 2 antennas up, and we can get to the null, and then you can very quickly see in which direction this is coming from. So you're quite right. Sometimes we work on the nulls. Okay, to you, ZS1 Mexico, Mexico, to take it, please. And then I'm saying 7-3 from ZS6YI.
Okay, thanks Gary. ZS6Y in the group, ZS1MM returning also for a final now. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, why I've got no comms. I must just see if the phone itself is still phoning. It says it's receiving data, it's communicating 4G or whatever, but I haven't received any WhatsApps or SMSs or anything today yet, so I don't know what's... But they have so many failures of the cell phone network nowadays with load shedding that, I don't know, maybe they're working on it or something. Anyway, okay, yeah, I heard on the news about the drownings there in your vicinity, Gary. But yeah, then again, what do the Division 6 people know about boats? They obviously overloaded something or whatever. I don't know, but it's still tragic. Okay. What did I do? I completed the S-band telemetry transmitter for the Air Force. That is the one that's going onto the Hawk. So I shall send it with my friend from Bredasdorp. He's coming to Worcester on Wednesday. I'll give it to him and he can take it to my other friend Andre there, who's there at the base. And then you can try it there. Otherwise, I've been putting up shelving again in the garages now. My workshop is done now, the mechanical workshop. All the lathes and everything is in their positions, and I've still got to move around a lot of stuff that's on the shelves there. All the glassware and laboratory chemicals and stuff, which must go into another room. But yeah, I have to move things around so nothing stays outside. So now in the meantime, I'm putting shelves up on in the double garage for storage, because I don't work there really. That's just where the cars are. But it's a big garage. It's 9 meters, almost 9 meters long, I think. So there's lots of space for shelving. And I need a lot of space because I've got a lot of junk. If there's something RF and if it's got SMA connectors on it, I must have it. And it's the same with test equipment, my golly. I counted the other day, I have 6 spectrum analyzers. I mean, that's ridiculous. But if you get one for nothing, you take it. And if you get one for a couple of rand, you also take it. So, you know. But yeah, it all takes up space. Anyway, okay. Full nice valve there, yeah. It's old. You can see it's old type. Nowadays they're all ceramic. The ones that are still in existence in the high frequency welding business, they use it a lot in the meat packaging and all that. They all still run valve high frequency generators for the fusing of the plastic bags and so on. Anyway, yeah, on the DF business, what you were referring to, Phil, is the normal low frequency DF where you have a sense antenna. You always steer for the null because it's much sharper than the peak. That's normal. But on VHF they use a different system. Like in what Benno was showing there is just a proper Yagi and a nice manual RF gain control, because you want to deafen the thing when you get close to it, or else you don't see the peaking. It looks like a very nice kit, that I must say. I wonder what the price is and how complicated is it to get it into South Africa. But it looks nice. And if it's got memories and things, I presume that it is synthesized then. So yeah, it really looks good. Okay, right, that's it from me. Gary, do I give it back to you? I think so. Because you wanted to close it. But hang on. Let me see. Martin's not there. Peter's not there. Sorrow's not there. Benno had his second thing. Frank, I don't know if Frank wants to come in or Phil. But this is it. Is one Mike then saying cheerio 73s, and Gary, I think you take it. I think you want to shut it down from ZS1 Mike.
I'll just say hello. I was waiting for a delivery, so that's why I couldn't come on. And it came about 10 minutes ago, just as Benno was explaining the final bits about the DF hunting. So there you go. Anyway, nice to see everyone. Very busy yesterday with the not the Worldwide Net, the Cat 23. So no, it's not the timing that's the issue, Gary. It was just that we got a lot of things on in the past few weekends. The previous weekend was the AMSAT UK Colloquium, which the RSGB convention was attached to, and there's been a few things the weeks before, like being in Geneva, ITU study groups and things, so that's why I've not been around. Anyway, glad you're all okay, and catch you all maybe next week. G0MJW.
Hi, Mike. Just see that it locks. There we go. Hello, Michael. Yeah, I was very nice presentation yesterday. Well done. I was watching it on YouTube. It was actually a very nice program, all told. Informative, to the point, well presented, and fantastic. So well done to all those at BATC. Very, very good indeed. Okay, Leon, I sent you a message, Leon, but it didn't go through. You haven't received it, so something's wrong. You might have to just switch off and reboot, and perhaps things will come through. By the way, that drowning was perhaps 50 meters from us. It was basically at my backyard. I knew nothing about it. Nothing. It happened at exactly now, 24 hours ago. 4 o'clock thereabout. And I was at home, but we heard nothing. It's so quiet. You know, there are boats up and down my back garden here. And that's why the policeman came to us last night to find out more about this. We knew nothing about it. So I then inquired on WhatsApp. Actually, there's a little group in the area, and they said, yeah, there's, I think it was 4 or 6 people drowned. I'm not sure, but the boat was overloaded. Stupid, man. These people that go on boats and they have no clue. You're quite right, Leon. Up here, it takes 2 buckets of sand to revive us, never mind water. We're not used to the sea and boating. I've got some boats here, but I was trained by a real good captain, call it. And it's phenomenal to see how quickly an accident can take place. You got no brakes. Thing goes where it wants to. People forget that, you see. Anyway, be that as it may, it's sad. That's all I can say. Mike, yeah, but thanks for the wonderful presentation yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And I will be looking at what Dave went through. I want to go through that again. That was also very interesting. Okay, I think everyone's off, really. Let me just see who else might be on. Benno, cheers to you, Benno. Yeah, it would be, if you can, send us a link for that, because I might get some guys locally interested in a DF receiver like that. And yeah, Phil, as I did comment on. Okay, with that, I'm going to say 7-3, gentlemen. See you next week. I will leave the frequency open to normal use. This is ZA6YI. Thanks, Benno. Thanks. ZS6YI now signing clear, but just leaving the frequency open for general chat or whoever wants to continue.
Oh, thanks for the tip, Gary. I forgot about that one. Yes, I've powered down the thing and powered it up, and yeah, lots and lots of messages, including yours. So thanks. I don't know why it went into that mode, but it seems to be back now. So I hope that Frank gets my answer now. Cheers from ZS1 Mike.
On off again, Leon seems to be the on off again, Leon seems to be the thing. Yes, I think I've got a grounding issue with my Pluto at the back of my dish somewhere, because it locks up and stops me from going on air just when I want to. So I might have to turn that on and off again as well. Anyway, 7-3s to everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah, apologies. Seems as if I've let an hour go somewhere, unless the hours have changed. I've just been playing with my new encoder, getting it all working, etc. And the net's been and gone. Marvellous. Okay, from GW7 BZY. Just saw Gary there. I thought we were just opening the net. So is it 1500? Is it 1400? Does it start? Have we moved the time? From GW7 BZY.
Yes, Peter, you were not paying attention in class. The time was changed. It was mentioned a couple of weeks ago that it's going to happen. So you've missed out on that one somewhere. Anyway, if that's your new encoder, it's working fine. I didn't check the lip sync though, but the picture was fine. GW7BZY, there is ZS1 Mike.
Yeah, not for the first time I wasn't paying attention. Perhaps I was off that time. I'm not on. Not for the first time I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it isn't the encoder. This is the graphics card encoder. The encoder is working on a DVD machine in the and that's working. Yeah. But I still need a apparently to bridge the subnet between because my Pluto is working on the USB. It's on a different subnet to the general LAN and its activity. So it's in the living room running into the LAN system, which I can pick up here in the where my DVD player is. So as I've been playing with the thing, you know, it's quite handy to get a constant source of video without having to supply it from the computer. I don't know how good it's going to be. It's the something tiny, which is quite tiny. I haven't got a picture on hand. It does seem to do the job. I've had a little bit. The camera looks at on a bit of an angle, doesn't it? Look at why that's That's such a little bit zigzag at an obscure angle. But anyway, regardless. So I'm having some fun with setting the settings, and of course it didn't work. Usual stuff. You get it from eBay. It doesn't work. There's no manual with it, and got it working. Well, thanks to Chris, NW0 LLK. Although I'd done everything right, and there was no reason why it didn't work, but he helped me sort of try a few things, and it did work, but nothing new that I hadn't already tried and failed with. So some random things, it doesn't seem to work very well, and a little bit crashy. So it's to be seen. And when I get the USB to LAN adapter to plug the Pluto in, then I can connect it on my local subnet, and hopefully all shall be well. Will it be better quality? I don't think so. I think it's a non-starter. But there we are. I'm having fun. That's the main thing, isn't it? From GW7BZY. If you're coming back, Leon. If not, I'll say good afternoon to you. And apologies to Gary there for putting my name down and not turning up. From GW7BZY. Just go and tell me.
Okay, Peter, GW7BZY, it is one mic returning. Well, if that little bit of movie scroll that you were playing there was coming from that thing from your DVD player, it looks very promising, because number one, the motion was absolutely smooth, and number two, the writing was crisp, very sharp. So can you play us just a small snitch of video, you know, a picture of that thing? Or was I misunderstanding you? That looked very, very promising. GW7BZY, it is one mic.
Just give me a moment. Yeah, I can do that, no problem. Just give me a moment, Leon, and I'll sort it out for you. I've just got to go with my remote control into the living room and change the disc, because the disc just run out. You can. Of course, I was sat in here watching the film and then just fiddling about with stuff, and then I missed the time slot. So, and of course, I'm working next week. Probably I was off at the time. That's my excuse. I'll go and do the disc.